The Prime Minister asked us not to buy gold for a year. In this video, we'll figure out whether we should actually take that advice or not. Let's look at why did he nudge us not to buy gold in the first place. Whenever you go to a jeweler to buy gold, that jeweler gets that gold from an importer, who in turn gets that gold from outside the country. 85% of our country's gold is imported from outside. In fact, India is the second largest importer of gold after China. But what's wrong with importing gold? When the importer buys that gold, he buys it by paying US dollar. Now the RBI has something called as the Forex Reserves. Basically you can think that it is a storeroom where they keep a lot of US dollars. Whenever that importer wants US dollars, he goes to a bank, gives them rupees, and in exchange demands for dollars. Now where do these banks get dollars from? They get it from RBI. Now you can extrapolate this. If there are a lot of people who want to buy gold, there will be a lot of importers who will need US dollars to buy that gold, and there will be a lot of banks who will go to RBI to get those dollars. Now, when suddenly the demand for dollar increases, the price of dollar also increases. So you can link buying too much gold increases the price of US dollar. Now, we need to answer the question that whether we should really take that advice of not buying gold. Let's look at what will happen if we don't take that advice. We decide that it's none of our business, we don't spend in dollar, and there's no point taking that advice. Let's look at what will happen then. Now, another major thing that we import is oil. Around 90% of India's oil is imported from outside. When the price of US dollar increases, it inevitably increases the price of oil, as we buy that oil using US dollars. Now, most people think that the increase in price of oil will lead to the increase in price of petrol, and they start queuing up the petrol pumps. Your vehicle's petrol and diesel is not the only place where oil is used. When you wake up, the brush that you use is made from petroleum plastics, which needs oil. The vegetables that you have for breakfast are grown with the help of fertilizers and pesticides, which are derived from oil. The polyester shirt and trousers that you wear to your office are derived from crude oil. The office building that you go to is made from steel and cement, which requires enormous amount of fuel to be manufactured. And when you reach home tired, you watch TV. Even that TV requires oil in the process of manufacturing. Basically, when the price of dollar increases, it inevitably leads to the increase in price of anything and everything that you use. Let's look at the indirect effects. When the price of everything increases and the RBI wants to control this inflation, they have only one option. That is to increase the interest rates. When the interest rates are increased, every loan that you take will be costlier. The house that you wanted to buy using a home loan will now be more expensive. The business that you wanted to start by taking a loan will now be more expensive. When the borrowing rate increases, the economic activity slows down and it doesn't do any good to the country. Now, seeing that what will happen if we do not take that advice, it's fair to say that it's the right advice and we all should take that advice. Not buying gold for a year is a good option. But if you genuinely want to build exposure to gold as an asset class, you should buy gold. You don't have any other option. But if you are buying gold to impress your relatives in a wedding by showing them that you are wearing a 9 lakh rupee necklace, will do no good to this country. Your urge to show off and increase your social status will inevitably come and bite you in other ways. But what the PM really meant is that in India, we treat gold not as an asset class but as a consumption item, which is why he grouped that with foreign travel, foreign weddings, and foreign products. You can watch my other video where I talk about gold's rally and the fall during the wartime. Let me know what other good alternatives exist to battle this foreign reserve problem. So yeah, thanks for listening.